last chapter, Oda has dropped some hints and backstory of Loki's backstory, and now for some reason we're jumping straight into Rock's backstory, and now we're just doing a full-blown Rock's backstory because incidentally, Rock's has been teased several times in the last 200, I would say 200, 500, let's just say 500 chapters throughout the series. He's been teased. Somebody that can actually rival Goldie Roger himself, the mustache man himself. But now, we're not only getting a backstory of Rocks himself, we get a backstory on Goldie Roger and the rest of like the old generation, if you know what I mean. So, or the old era. So, One Piece chapter 1157, titled The Legendary Bar. And I got a feeling that we're about to get into something. So, before we jump straight into the chapter, we got to talk about what happened actually last chapter. So, last chapter, well, we got a little bit what can I say? How Rocks is actually rambunctious. So, if you thought Rocks was at the beginning of us diving into his backstory, well, he's a little bit up there, but now he's like way a problem. I mean, he went from rambunctious to, well, yeah, rambunctious to troublemaker to, well, he's now been, or actually not been, he's now a problem now. So, yeah, don't know how, if pirates, marines, or I don't think the Revolutionary Army has been made at this point in time in the backstory. So, yeah, we get how Rocks is gradually picking people for his crew, and we get this full-on spread of Big Mom, Kaido, Whitebeard, Goshiki the Golden Lion, Wang Ji is in this backstory, Silver Axe, and many more that surprisingly ties back into the present era of One Piece, or the present day of One Piece, or the current story. But hey, oh man, if anything, Rocks does have some heavy hitters on his crew. Don't get it twisted. I mean, if Rocks wanted to, he can storm Marine. Well, I think I'm thinking he can storm the Marine Fort and cause major damage. Or I bet you if he went to impel down and start snatching, okay, if he starts snatching up prisoners there, there won't be any problem, because who's gonna stop this man, right? So yeah, that's what happened last chapter. So let's go ahead and jump straight into this chapter because it gets a little bit ridiculous at this point. So another part of it too is Shocky. We get introduced to Shocky, which everybody just fell in love with. So yeah, that also happened last chapter, and oh boy, what was it, a treat or what? That out of three out of the two people that actually, oh no, I said that right the first time. 2 out of 3 people actually fought Shocky and lost, except for one, which is Rayleigh. Rayleigh knew what's the game plan here. So yeah. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So, this chapter actually starts off with narrator saying this. Not narrator, but Foot Colony Temple of the International Philanthropy Federation. So, I'm guessing this is like a celestial dragon kind of thing. But anyways, you just got the Rocks Pirates hitting up this little federation part of basically they're robbing the whole place. Big Mom, and it looks like, Big Mom and the rest of the Rocks crew are now robbing this place, or pillaging, if you prefer that kind of term. But yeah, and the rest of them are just like, one of them says, "Nice work, that's everything. Let's book it." And you got one of the people in the background that's actually getting robbed by the Rocks Pirates says, "Please stop. The money was donated for the poor children in need. And Big Mom's about to say, yeah, right. If that's true, why hasn't it been turned over? You were going to keep it, right? So this is, by the way, Celestial Dragon. By the way, at this point in time, I don't know if they didn't show it in the last couple chapters with Big Mom in it, but you can see her homies in the background. You have Zeus and looks like Prometheus in the background. So yeah, good to know that they were in there. And you just got Shiki there said, well, this way the rest of all of us all get bigger cuts. So yeah. And he says suckers at the end. Now, once they was running to the entrance, they encounter, well, security came down and one of the silver bars, iron bars, coming crashing down, blocking their path. Which that stops Big Mom and the rest from getting out. And she even says this, they're trying to trap us here. And her solution to this is, I'll bust it down. But we have a problem. Well, the whole place starts to sink under, like you know how what's a good explanation? Like you have this like a sponge, right? And it sinks and you push your hand down on it. Basically, that's what it's doing. Or it's tipping. It's tipping like this. And it's like it's sinking. And one of them says, the hell is the island sinking? No, this is an earthquake. It's gotta be his handiwork. And the only person that can do this, the only person that has the devil fruit or the quake fruit is Whitebeard, aka Edward Newgate. And you got Kaido to the side too. Cause they're all like in a safe place, right? From all of this. And Kaido says, gotta admit, I'm a bit jealous. I can't do that. Whitebeard ends up telling Kaido, and it's like, interested in getting a power, huh? You better choose wisely. If you seek one out, you'll be stuck with it for your whole life. So I'm guessing, I don't know when did Whitebeard eat the dough fruit, but I'm betting it's like after he joined the Rocks crew. If it's not before, then it's probably after. Hope I'm right. And Kaido says, good point. You make a vital point there. And Shiki chimes in, who was it? Which one of you tried to ditch us down there? And then everybody just like falling down, and Big Mom starts screaming Whitebeard's name, Newgate, the temple is, and you got everybody falling. Since the temple is kind of sinking into the ocean, that kind of got everybody pissed off. And then it comes to another panel. It's like, figures it'll be you, Shiki. And Shiki's like, oh, Kokun, thank goodness you survived. I was so worried about you. And everyone's calling him bullshit, basically. And you cut to a different panel and say, what the hell are y'all doing? Everyone move it, because the Marines are coming, basically. And then you got Captain John telling Rocks that, hey, Rock, take a look at shore. We got some company. And Rocks and John is like looking at let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6 Marine ships coming their way. And Rocks says this, new challengers have shown up. And then you got everybody basically realizing, well, this ain't good. The Marines are everywhere. Screw it. No point in prepping to sell now. And you got Rock says, get ready to fight. And he says this, plunder everything and sink them all. And then narrator comes on, because this is a fun way to tell everybody that you're that guy, that pirate, or that guy. Status report. In a mere 2 years since their formation, the record of the Rocks crew spoke for itself. 16 documented raids, 76 sunken ships. Now, it's probably double that or triple that, since the Marines can't, for some strange reason, can't keep their shit in check, or in layman's terms, like, can't stop messing with this man. So I say triple or double. Casualties are probably in the hundreds at this. Narrator continues, 14 ports reduced to ash, 5 times wiped off the map, 1 nation brought to ruin. Okay, you mean to tell me 5 times were wiped off the map. How the hell did that happen? A one nation has brought to ruin? That I can tell, or that I can attest to that one. I mean, it can't be one nation. Why not 3 nations? Because this man was such a problem back then, and he decided to go with one nation. It continues. 3 unprecedented violation of Article 18 of international law and 25 criminal records quietly erased. What the hell is violation of Article 18 of international law? What is that? I'm curious of what that article entails. I might have to look that up. Anyways, even with the future pirate king Goldie Rogers sailing the seas, it would not be an overstatement to refer to this period as the era of rock, which this makes sense. And like I said at the beginning, if you think Goldie Roger was that man back in the day, nah, there was another person above that was causing like problems up and down New World and Grand Line. Like, come on now. This man was such a problem that he gathered a bunch of other problems and started causing any other problems basically. So yeah, and it gets even wilder too. So yeah, Inishi New World. So you cut to a different part of the world, and it seems like King Harl has got himself into a little situation. Actually, let's call it what it is. This is a heavenly tribute or celestial dragon kind of ship. So yeah, now you have, it looks like King Harl or something. What are you doing? Leave this place at once, Harald. All non-affiliated nations are considered lawless territory. Don't concern yourself with the humans living here. They have no rights, basically. And King Harald's rebuttal to this is, well, that's kind of messed up, because the world government can't just decree everything like that. And this guy says, let them go. Well, I mean, this country has gave aid to Elbath during the famine out of the kindness of their heart. And they're our friends, our savers. And you have one of the women back in the background says, King Harald, help us. Well, I mean, you about to find out what this dude did, actually. And now Harald says, well, we're not leaving here without paying our debt. And this dude says, and ends up saying, Harald, you do understand that by becoming that Elbath is on a consideration of becoming a member of a nation, right? So you intervene with this will hurt not only will not hurt us, but will hurt you in the long run. So what the dude end up doing is taking his pistol and saying, stay out of the way, Harald, and pops one of the prisoners in the face, which is rest in peace, random side character. But hey, if it's for the plot of the story, well, you about to get the daylights beaten out of you. So anyways, Haro ends up doing, well, what most people doing, what Luffy ends up pulling when he sees stuff like this. And he says, you scum, you aren't human. And Haro immediately jumps with his sword out, and well, we already know what happens. And a note appears, narrator comes on and says, King Haro exposed. Elbath monarch sinks innocent battleship. Alliance with the government revealed as a ploy. World Economic Journal headlines. I bet you that was oh no, wait a minute. Did they expose this man on purpose? I bet you it was Morgan. Morgan was doing that. So if they need to show him back in how or what Morgans look like back in the day. Oh, that, come on. Anyways, back on Elbath. Ida's Tavern and Elbath. So you got Elbath convincing, but you cut back to on another panel where King Haro is with Rocks again, and they're discussing, well, Rocks is trying to get King Haro to join him again anyways, but King Haro ends up saying, soon or later, Elbath will become a member nation of the world government. Rock's rebuttal to that, to what King Haro said is, do you think shaving your head was a sign of good faith? Is that a culture thing you got from somewhere? And King Haro's like, Garp laughed at me too for it. Anyway, and Rox ends up saying, Garp, that guy hates the top brass. He also be better off as a pirate. That's interesting too, to for him to say that. As Rock saying Garp should rather be a pirate. I can't even see that. I think he would be been like, if that's a what if scenario. What if Garp was a pirate? I think he would have been rambunctious too. Though, if he kept his morals, not gonna lie, not gonna say anything, but he would have been broke. I won't say broke. Though that makes you question what would his that's kind of interesting. We'll talk about at the final thoughts at the end of this. But they are a massive organization. Sure, they have corrupt trash in their ranks, but the Navy is a fine army. The average Marine helps save people on a day-to-day basis. And horror continues. Some of them already come from Elbath, like John Giant. If more of our country's warriors followed suit, they could use their boundless strength to really make a difference for people everywhere. And Ross is like, well, that's kind of terrifying if you actually think about it. And Ross is asking Ida to convince King Haro to join him, and well, we already know what happens. Yeah, well, can't do that. Anyways, next panel, you go to Navy HQ, and boy, oh boy, you got four of the current people though, but they old now in the current story. Now you have Vice Admiral Garp, Luffy's grandpa, which I'll put the caption right there for each picture. So, and he says they're fine, letting them join the Navy, but that's all, huh? And then you got Vice Admiral Sengoku, future fleet admiral. And he says, Haro is an honest man. He's trying to learn from history and change Elbath. And then you got Vice Admiral Asuru, future great staff officer. And she says this, there's rumors he's being scouted by Rock. If that's true, the Navy might not be able to stand against them, which is Elbath and the Giants base. And then you got Admiral Kong, future commander-in-chief, and he says this, you make good points, but it is what it is. And he also says this, damn it, we're really stuck between a rock and a heartless. Ha! I see what he did there. Rock and a heart. And Kong also follows up with this. Still, you can't deny their wild and violent track record. That's exactly the kind of strength I'm after, Kong. And that's what Garp says. Sengoku ends up saying, just hurry and make Elbath a member of a nation already. Suru says this too. If it were up to me, it wouldn't be an issue in the first. Now, things are about to get cranked up a notch. 42 years ago, Hachu Nosu back at the Hachinusu Island. This is huge. This is really huge. The big news. And you have Shaki has quit. This is about to get a little bit hectic around this part. As captain of the Kuja Pirates, that means there's no chance we'll run into her at sea anymore. And you just got every Rocks pirate or Hachinusu, a bunch of people island just distressed and complaining. Well, but it's not complaining, but it's distraught and complaining that they won't be able to see Shaki, the Kuja Pirates captain, which is Shaki at this state, late in the state, not again. So yeah, it can't be. I set sail because I dreamed of being attacked by the Shaki Kuja Pirates. Damn it, we're wasted our youth. But it cuts to a different panel. And you got Gloriosa reading the newspaper too, that says about the Shaki quitting the Kuja Pirate, and she says this, what are you up to, Shaki? And then you got Big Mom saying also want to put her input too. Do you reckon she quit so she could chase after a man? We all know who this man is. We all know. Like you did, Gloriosa. Does love always lead to ruin on the island of women? And her about to this is, you know anything about the pain of love. You crank out kids like a pop. Now, Gloriosa says this also. Honestly, I honestly can't imagine her getting lovesick. I never forgive her if she went after Roger. So we all know what shock love sickness is, and Gloriosa's sickness is which is Roger. We do know Shockey's love sickness is. And you definitely got, well, Susie over here said, it's always Shockey this and Shockey that. And she turns to Newgate and said, well, what, well, Edward, at least Newgate has I got eyes for me, right? And Whitebeard's rebuttal to this is, well, I've never been in love with you, so yeah. And then they end up fighting, or Stussy ends up getting on him about him saying that towards her. Now, next panel, something really gets really heated up. No way, something crazy is happening. And you have everybody's like, what's wrong? It's the Kuja pirates. They're coming towards the coast. And everybody's like, what? Huh? Narrator comes on. In Pirate Island's history, this incident is said to rank among the greatest, even with all that was yet to come. The arrival of the world's most beautiful idol caused a commotion in this hive of murderous fiends. And everybody just dropped to their knees. Eyes of heart-shaped eyes pop out of their head. And Shockey says this: thanks for the ride, Toritoma. This will do. And she also says, so this is the pirate island. So I'm guessing Toritoma is the next. Actually, why did I not put that two and two together? I read this chapter. So not Kuja, but Shockey left or quit her position. So the next person to inherit this position is Toritoma. So I'm guessing Toritoma dropped Shockey off at the Hachinusa Island. And it was like, and Shockey's basically just said, thanks for the ride, so you can go now. Basically. And everybody just gosh struck of this beautiful woman that popped on that island, which is kind of wild. And you just see everybody saying, tears blur my vision, yet her light still blinds me. Is she real or am I dreaming? You just got all this bunch of people just, and you got one pirate off to the side and said, wait a minute, are you joining the Rocks crew like Gloriosa? Oh man, if you actually think about it, if that actually happened, that would be one broken ass. That would have been one broken crew. That would put Roger's crew like in the water if you think about it. Because if y'all Gloriosa, two Kuja pirates, former Kuja pirate captain, join Rocks, do you know how bad that would look? Oh my god, man. I think that will put the Celestial Dragon and the government on notice, if you ask me. But anyway, she says this, no, I just want to live here for a while. And everybody's like, what? Quitting won't matter to the Marines. They'll always be after me since I was a pirate. So I'm gonna hide out here for a while with all of you. You'll protect me, right? And everybody just goes crazy and all of them's like, yeah, we will. We definitely would do our best or something like that. And they said, of course we will. And Shockey ends up saying, this place smells. We'll clean up right away. I want to open a store. We'll build one for you. Let's grow some flowers for her too also. And then all this commotion has gotten Rox's attention. And Rox was like, the hell's going on here? What's all this noise? And he pulls up to this building saying Shockey's ripoff bar. But there it comes on and says this: the pirate island of Hachinosu was abuzz with excitement. Shockey's ripoff bar has finally opened. They say the wait just to get in will take over a month. And you just got Shockey to the side with her outfit. A bar outfit. And she swings the door open and she says this: welcome, I'm so happy to see you. You will be my first customers. Would you like a drink? And everybody, she's an angel, and you just got everybody, even Rocks himself, heart shape popping out of his eye. Even Newgate, Whitebeard, Shaky the Golden Ryan, Captain John, you just got every single person powerful enough to lay waste to everyone under this woman's thumb. Narrator comes on. Shockey was like a flower blooming in a wasteland. Her presence enriched the island. And then you get another one. Go to the side, because I forgot about this one. The inhabitants of Hachinusu came to covet her as a treasure and irreplaceable crown jewel. Unfortunately, a treasure is always the invaluable target of theft. So in that case, in Lainey's turns, it was Rocks that was trying to pick up Shocky basically. And then you got this dude in the background too that also I can't, and she says this, I just can't open it. And Rox was like, I give you a hand. This place smells great. Now, here comes the most important thing. Back at Marie-Joie. Room of Authority, Marie-Joie. Very well. Relay this to Harlow. We shall accept Elbas's admission into the world government on one condition. The warriors of Elbas must kill Rocks. That's what it will take for Harlow to gain admission. Chapter and break next, or by the time this recording comes out. But man, oh man, final thoughts on this chapter. So we have learned, like I said, Rocks went from, well, not a problem. He went from like rambunctious to causing being a troublemaker to being an actual problem. So the problem is, he being the problem has now attracted the world government higher ups, which is the 5 elders, which they're already thunk him as a troublemaker already. But now he becoming a problem, well, that's a different story. Not after the stunt he just pulled like a couple chapters ago, where he just all of a sudden just ran into Marie-Joie and just went to where Eam was, which was the hidden garden, and just sat there with it was Eam and it was Gunko. Yeah, it was Gunko. Eam and Gunko and Rocks. All three of them was right there. And Gunko was just, I'm guessing, was just waiting on what Rocks was going to do. So I'm surprised there was no fight in that place, because that was kind of interesting. I wonder if Rocks ever put his hands on Eam. Or has Rocks seen what Eam? But this whole chapter highlights that Shocky can't even down or make people Rocks and his allies fall in love with her, just like Goldie Roger. So no one on Rock crew can resist her charm, which that is surprising. Now on Roger's crew, we have at least one person that can actually resist the beautiness of Shocky and Kuja Pirates and all. Well, we do, and his name was Dark King Rayleigh, or Silver Rayleigh as the official name. But yeah, I mean that was kind of surprising for this chapter. I mean, if you really think about it, if she joins Rock's crew for the time being, because she did say she wasn't going to be there for long, that will be that you will have not but a rambunctious crew. You will have a problem crew. More of a problem for Roger and the Marines, for the entire world. Even the narrator said it wasn't just Goldie Rogers' era, it was the Rocks era. So yeah, the government really hit that. But if you like this chapter, this video, and if you new here, subscribe, like, and share this video around if you think this one is actually peak right now. And comment down below if you think Shocky should join Rocks' crew officially for the time being, until like their reign of terror or reign of terror is complete or something. Wherever their end goal is, trying to take over the world. And thanks again, and see you next adventure later.